Hello, Pisces. Welcome to Lotus Heart Tarot. I'm so excited to have you here. We are going to dive right in with the cards here today. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I am so happy to have you. These are general readings, so just keep that in mind and take what resonates and leave the rest. Spirit, what do you have for Pisces? What can you show us for Pisces? What can you show us for Pisces? For Pisces, please, Spirit. Okay. Oh my God. Pisces, seriously. I was shuffling and I saw the card vulnerability. Then I am flipping it over and you have air. And this card, it always reminds me of... just like that, there is something only you can give me. You know what I mean? Kind of an energy like there's no substitute for air. We can't survive on anything else. You know what I mean? It's not optional. And it just, there's an energy. It's not codependency, which a lot of times those types of energies are codependent. But what I always feel when this card comes out is just this energy of like, no one else can bring life to my life in the same way that you can bring life to my life. And it's not that I need it. It's not that I must have it, but it is the only source of that particular space within me, yeah, I think, if that resonates, you just know what it means. You have this energy here that is a word of caution, okay? And it does say secrecy and it does say wary, and we're going to clarify it immediately. And then we have air on the bottom of the deck, breathing deep, entering into life, exchange of life, bringing energies. So what I feel is that there's this energy of something that went kind of wrong. Someone may have kept some secrets, or someone may not have been completely honest or upfront with something. And then it feels as though they may be coming back around. Let's see. Or you may have someone new coming in after you have experienced some kind of deep deceit. What is the magic of the card? Yeah. Okay, you guys. You have this hammer energy, which is sabotage. And it does say, keep building or working on it, repairing. It can mean that. So on one end of the energetic spectrum of this energy, it's like somebody who has done something that has damaged something, and now they are wanting to work on it or to repair it. The thing is, I feel like Pisces, there's an energy where you really wanted this, where I feel like you were maybe even happy or sort of felt like you were tasting the sweetness of life. You know what I mean? And I think this person left you really, really hurt and sad and lost. And it says grieving and despair and breakup. When they sabotage the connection, I feel like, it may have even left you in a state of really questioning things. Like, was that real? Did they really feel what they said they felt? Was I really experiencing what I was experiencing? Why? How? What happened? Just, I feel the energy of just a lot of really deep and persistent questioning here. And just, a feeling of going from a very high to a very low. And if you are someone who, hasn't really experienced that, or, hasn't ever really fallen for someone the way that you fell for this person, it can really set you reeling, it can really set you, spinning and just sort of I just get this energy of I can't really think about anything else. I can't really focus on anything else. Like I want to know these answers. Like it's almost like I'm a shell of my person. I'm a shell of who I am, because my mind is always sort of in this space, wondering, you know? And also in an energy of needing to heal and trying to heal with that heart broken. I feel like you have somebody with the sword and the rose. This can be communication for me. They want to possibly bring clarity and truth, or speak to you about something that they've learned also from this experience. This person is like, I feel that either they feel that you're slipping away and that maybe you're turning your attention to other people, or you are going to get back out there. Or they want you to give them one chance to sit down and explain things and to talk about it. This person, actually, at the end of the day, it feels like this person does see you as somebody that they could potentially be with forever. I think that you at one time saw them this way, but when somebody rips the rug out from underneath you like that, it's, you know, to think, oh yeah, I could trust you with the rest of my life. You know, it's like you may want to, because you feel something, it awakened something within you that is not awakened another way. And you might like that and want that, but at the same time, it has to be something that you can trust, because you don't want to go through this experience again of having to heal, having to put yourself back together, having to, you know, try to find answers as to why or what happened back there, or, you know, like, it just feels really harsh, and it feels like it hurt quite a bit. So let's go deeper, guys. Spirit, what do you have for Pisces? I think that someone was afraid to be vulnerable in the past, and I feel like someone may be coming back and maybe trying to be vulnerable, or trying to give you what you need, or what they felt that you needed, or what they felt you were asking for in the connection in the first place. I'm not sure if they have, you know, changed enough to really be able to do that. Let's see. All right. Okay. See, that vulnerability card, I saw it in there when I was shuffling, and now you have intimacy and sensitivity, and that's vulnerability. So you have the energy of intimacy supports us trusting that we are safe to allow closeness. See, I think that's been jeopardized by whatever this person has done in the past. I feel like it's like you may want it really bad, but there's a part of you inside that has experienced the harsh side of it and doesn't want to experience the harsh side of it again, and is sort of kind of trying to protect yourself. And then you have the sensitivity. The frequency of sensitivity helps us to open up to the world of subtlety and detail while anchoring in a structural foundation, thus supporting us to become more fully multidimensional. For me, in a Pisces reading, this is more about psychic sensitivity, or listening to our intuition, picking up on the subtleties of what our body is telling us. You know, your gut will tell you, yes, you can trust this person. No, you can't trust this person. And, you know, your intuition will guide you. Like, has this person really changed? Are they coming back in a different energy? Can you make it beyond the hurt and the pain to recover the connection? And this is saying, pay attention to the subtleties, stay anchored in reality, and pay attention to the subtleties, the signs, the synchronicities. If they reach out to you, if they talk to you, if you see this person, how do you feel? What is your gut saying? Just do a real quick body scan. You know, what is my body telling me about this experience? What can I learn? Pay attention and plug into your insanely special Piscean sensitivity here. You know, being sensitive is such a blessing and such a curse all at the same time. It makes you vulnerable. It makes you susceptible to people who don't always have the best intentions. But at the same time, your experience of life is much richer, much deeper, much more multidimensional than somebody who's not sensitive. And so when we have the opportunity to use something that has left us vulnerable for as a superpower, and channeling that energy into the superpower, you know, using it to pay attention to ourselves, using it to ask ourselves, what is my gut telling me? Where is my intuition leading me? How do I feel right now? Do I feel better in this person's presence or worse? How do I feel when they say that? Do I feel better because they said that, or do I feel worse? And it requires complete honesty with yourself. When you want something this bad, the only thing that you really have is the sensitivity and your own truth, your own honesty. You know, it says being deeply, while anchoring in a structural foundation, you have to stay grounded and centered in your truth. How am I really feeling? Not how do I wish I was feeling? How do I want to be feeling in this moment? But what is real? What signals is my body really giving me? Do I feel heat? Am I sweating? Do I feel flushed? Do I feel like I just kind of want to get my stuff and go? Am I really just having to calm myself the whole time I'm sitting here? Am I having to focus on breath a lot? You know, how are you reacting? How are you responding? Because that will really tell you. You know, just because you have this kind of connection and just because someone comes back and is offering you some clarity or offering another opportunity to you doesn't mean that it's necessarily the right thing for you to do, right? And so you have to, you will continuously feel at odds with it or in conflict with it, even if the connection is still there, if it's not in alignment here. And if someone comes back and they're not ready and you feel the misalignment, listen to that and let them go back. Let them work on it again. Let them come back again. If the connection is there and something is meant for you, it will come back. But they have to do their work and you have to do your work, and you have to be honest with yourself and really listen to what your intuition and your body is telling you. Yeah, the Patience card just came out. Okay, so I'm getting, for some of you, someone may be coming back, but this may not be, okay, see, look at that. I just have this feeling today. Someone may come back, either they may be offering you a friendship, or that this may be an indicator from spirit that it would be better for you to take things slow and really rebuild the foundation before you go jumping into an intimate, close connection. You know, because you have felt at some point that you had to sort of protect yourself from this energy because they hurt you, because what the words that are coming to me is abused your trust. Okay. So that's not going to be for everybody. And it doesn't mean that they lied to you. It doesn't mean that they cheated on you, but it can mean that, you know, they told you, okay, we're in this for the long term. And then they just ghosted you and disappeared. However it may be, right? There is something here that kind of caused you to feel that you needed to protect your intimate space from this person. And it's important to honor that and to wait until everything comes into alignment. I'm not sure if you can really see this card, but on this card, there are these faint white lines. And it just feels like things are coming into alignment. Trust it. But also listen to yourself. Don't accept less than you deserve. If this person comes back and they haven't fully changed, or they're still very selfish, but they're ready to acknowledge how they feel or whatever, you know, then they're still not ready. They still need to go back and look at the selfishness thing. You know, how is it love when you're only worried about how you feel and what you need and what you want? How is that loving? That's not loving. That's you loving you. That's not you loving me. And that's me loving you, but not me loving me. And somehow I am the part of the equation that's not getting the loving. And I can't accept that. So there's this energy of, hey, there's an opportunity to really rebuild the connection. Wow, because there is a friendship here. There is a friendship. There is something here where there is a connection that brings happiness and joy. We see that. And it can change. Right. There's something here where it's like, yeah. See, if someone is still has this energy of fear, and as long as they have the energy of fear, if you are fearful that someone's going to reject you or abandon you, are you going to show that person the best of what you have to offer? Or are you going to not, so that when or if this person rejects or abandons you, you can say, well, I know they didn't ever really get the best of me, or I didn't ever really, they don't really know who I am, or you know what I mean? They don't, they never got to experience the fullness of me. So, you know what I mean? They didn't really reject me. They just rejected that part of me, or you know what I mean? It's like people play all kinds of mental games with themselves, and you don't really need to be a part of that, Pisces. If you're doing the work on yourself and you're really in alignment with yourself, then that's really all that matters. And just listening to it and being rooted in the truth of it. All right, so let's dive in with the tarot here, Pisces. Yeah, it says on the Patience card, I accept that everything happens in divine order. Sorry, I had to sneeze, but I keep getting, this isn't an all or nothing thing. It's a negotiation thing. It's a I give a little bit, you give a little bit kind of a deal. That's how it's coming across to me, guys. So let's see what the tarot says. So what's going on here, Spirit? What can you tell us for Pisces? What is this all about for Pisces? I feel like Spirit is saying that they need to earn you. You're special. And they need to earn that. All right, so yeah, look at that. Freaking the Empress. Look at that. You have the Six of Pentacles. It fell out on my lap. It really fell out sideways more than reversed, but it's an energy in flux, okay? So this is something where, okay, this person did not give everything that they had to the connection in the first place. You may have given everything that you had to the connection in the first place, Pisces. I'm not sure. But what I feel here is that you're dealing with someone here that we keep getting the same cards. We got these cards yesterday too, the Seven of Cups and the Death card. I think it's been coming out for a week like this. This person with the Death card and the Seven of Cups and the Six of Pentacles in reverse, when we are in an energy of fantasy and illusion and or fear and illusion, what is guiding us is not stable. It's not solid. It's not something that you can really hang your hat on. Okay. And so as energy shifts and changes, as our mood shifts and changes, as all the, non-planted parts of our life, the dimensions change, then our feelings change, our actions change, it's a very changeable energy. It's not reliable. It's not stable. It's not something that's deeply rooted and grounded. It just sort of, it's like in this moment, this is what I'm giving into kind of a thing. I have a lot of options about how to handle things all the time. I have a lot, any given day or any given moment, fear and illusion can take me over and I may put something to an end, or, it's also even an energy of somebody who kind of can somewhat justify not giving everything to a connection. Like, I see that you're unconditionally loving me, but I'm not giving you unconditional love back because I can't, because I've been hurt before, because I've had a rough ending, because fear and illusion prevent me from being able to do so. It really doesn't matter why someone isn't able to reciprocate or isn't reciprocating. They're not reciprocating, and things that are not balanced are not supported by the universe. And with Death card being a 13 and the Seven of Cups being a 7, and then you have that 6, but it's in reverse. It was sideways. It's an energy that's changing. So this is someone who is contemplating or possibly preparing to be someone that can reciprocate or will reciprocate or does reciprocate or wants to reciprocate. But there is something, this person has to put to bed a way of being. For some of you, it's someone that keeps their options open. For others of you, this is someone who sort of lives half in fantasy land and half in reality. For some of you, this is someone who's fear, they have no sense of control over their fear or their illusions. Like, they're not in charge. It's like they can spiral and then kind of become unreachable. Whatever it is, this energy that is very unreliable with the Seven of Cups is sort of leading the whole thing. And it's not stable and it's not grounded, and it's it has a lot of what do I want to say? It's like it's penetrable. Do you know what I mean? You want to be in a relationship with someone where it's impenetrable. You will never hear me say something bad about my husband. You will not hear my husband say something bad about me. We're impenetrable. You can't, we communicate like constantly, and you can't get between us. When you're dealing with someone here, I mean, and like if you've had contractors work on your house, you know that they try real hard to get between you. And we've actually had friends whose marriages have split up over things like that. But it's because, you know, someone is a fearful person, or someone is, you know, they say, they blame the other person. Well, you should have taken care of this. Well, you should have done this. Well, you know what I mean? Kind of a thing. And that really is not someone you want to be in a connection with, right? You want to be like grounded and rooted in the relationship, in the connection. You want to be two very solid people who, you know, trust each other to deal with things, and who are putting in equal effort and showing up for the connection and for themselves and for each other in a rooted and grounded way. So you can see here with the Seven of Cups that the reality is that this person does feel that this connection is faded. This person does. The star is the 17. This is the Seven of Cups. And here we have the Seven of Pentacles. It just feels like there's a lot of sevens right here all of a sudden too. But the clarification on this is saying that what is really happening here is that this person does actually really want this. There's, with the Ace of Wands and the Star card, this person is heavily attracted to you. I think that this person does actually see their fantasy here, but the problem is that fear can kind of take over, or if there is choppy waters for this person, or if there is some kind of, any kind of disruption to the peace or to the flow, this person may react very sharply or strongly at times. With the Seven of Pentacles here and the Star card here, this person is trying to put an end to this energy, or is trying to, like, if this is someone, when you want something really bad, it makes you extremely vulnerable. And when you look at something and you think this is everything that I've ever wanted, it makes you extremely vulnerable, because you're like, okay, here it is. I'm this close. I'm looking at it in the eyes. I'm sitting right in front of it, and it can stir up. If you're not someone who is secure in themselves and confident in themselves, being faced with happiness kicks up all this energy of, well, what if the other shoe drops? Well, you know, what if this happens, or what if that happens? And the Seven of Cups is a card of a bunch of what ifs. And then it's like, if that person goes down that path to the place that they let the what ifs, you know, dissolve the connection, or, you know, yeah, I mean, the Seven of Cups, it's all illusion. It's all sort of fake. It's all just sort of out there. You know what I mean? If you let things like that come into the relationship and destroy the relationship because you're not in charge of your own ship, Sidney Poitier said the book is called A Measure of a Man. I freaking recommend it to everyone. I absolutely love that book. I think he's incredibly insightful. In that book, he talks about how it's not about having the perfect ship to sail. It's about knowing the ship that you're sailing and sailing it the best you can. And that's what I'm getting with the Six of Swords. It's someone who has the capacity to go, oh, I see I'm going down a bad path with my thoughts. I see that fantasy and fear and illusion are taking me to a place that is going to cause me to do something harsh. You know, it's going to cause me to be reactionary, and it's going to cause me to say, I can't take it. I'm scared because I really want this, and I am, you know, out here vulnerable. You know, the star card is naked because she's vulnerable, because there's nothing between her and the universe, you know? And it's like with the death card, it's like all I can do to try to calm myself down is not take control of my ship and say, hey, I'm not going down that path. It's I'm going to change something outside myself to make myself feel better, to alleviate the burden of the overwhelm of the fear that I'm feeling. So I'm going to end this. I'm going to end this situation because I can't stand the fear and illusion and all the thoughts that it's giving me. Instead of thinking, I really want this, instead of ending it, or instead of allowing my thoughts and my fears and my illusions to come in between me and this person, I'm going to take control of my ship, and I'm going to direct my thoughts in a place of stability. And I'm going to remind myself that I'm feeling this because I feel it's destiny, because I feel it's fate, because I feel this is meant to be. And if I feel this way and my person feels this way, then you know what? We're going to figure out how to work through these moments. I don't need to react. I don't need to take action outside of myself, knee jerk, and do something destructive and harsh and complete in order to feel peace and feel calm. I can control it within myself. I'm sailing my own ship to the best of my ability. And so with the Seven of Pentacles, what I see is there has been some transformation. There has been some change with this person. They may be learning skills and techniques to be able to sail their ship, to guide it into calmer waters, to prevent them from letting this energy, which is freaking nothing. This isn't actually even a real threat to the connection. It's fantasy and freaking illusion, or it's options in the environment that this person doesn't want to let go of because they think somehow that makes you think that they are your wish fulfillment, that they're so heavily sought after by so many people that will make you want them more. It's all fake. If you look at fear, if you look it in the eyes, it shrinks, it disappears, it's fake. It doesn't, it's an illusion, okay? And so, but what is true? What is true? What is true is that you are one of a kind, Pisces. What is true is that you are the Empress. What is true, and that is why the Seven of Cups got picked up, because you're this fantasy for this person. You are the thing that they want. You are the wish fulfillment. And it tripped them out. It freaked them out. Look at this. Yeah, this person wants to apologize. This person's at a crossroads, man, with their heart on the line. All right, Pisces, let's keep going. Let's see what happens. I hate this energy with the, you know, the Seven of Cups keeps coming up in the Death card. The Death card is actually, all of the major arcana, I feel like, are really blessing type energies if you can look at them in that way. Okay, for some of you, there was another person or there was another situation that was heavily influencing this connection. For some of you, it could have even been that you were at a distance, or even possibly that someone like travels a lot or wasn't there or couldn't show up a lot. The thing is that what is underneath this kind of frenetic, chaotic energy that we see on top, on the surface, is that there is love. That there are deep feelings. You know, this person may never have told you how they felt, but it's like, look at that King of Cups. Look at that heart. Look at this Queen of Wands. Look at that heart. There's a lot of love. This King of Cups is like, I'm looking at the thing that I've always wanted. I'm looking at the person that I desire, that I have feelings for, that I can continue to grow and develop feelings for some time. And now there is this distance between us. Now there is this, it feels like an obstacle to overcome, or something that went from something I was tangibly holding in my hands to something that now I have to wish or pray or strategize or plan or like somehow attract back or pull back into my energy. You know what I mean? It's like, it's almost a feeling of like it's slipping away. You see how the heart is here and the heart is here, and then the heart is like slipping away here. It's like there wasn't distance. There wasn't, it was like, you know, there was a closeness. There was a desire. There was a feeling. There was so much potential, really. And then this death card energy happened. There was some kind of change, and we moved apart from each other. And now there's distance, and there's almost this sensation of drifting. And so there's this energy of like, now I have to plan, now I have to strategize, now I have to, with all this pink, like attract back to me what once I had. With the Ten of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, wow, with the Devil underneath that, and the Five of Pentacles, damn. This person knows they got in their own way. You know, they know they had some kind of scarcity mindset, and it's something that this person has dealt with more than just now, more than just here. It's affecting this person's life in a lot of places, in a lot of ways in their life. And, you know, it's something that it's like their mindful awareness is there. They know that they have allowed lower vibrational energies within them, or some past hurt or fear to keep them out of the dream, out of what was possible here with the Ten of Pentacles, or what is possibly still possible here with the Ten of Pentacles. I'm going to clarify the Three of Wands, please, for Pisces. Damn. The Lovers and the King of Cups. Sorry, I have to cover the cards a little bit because YouTube. This person can't stop thinking about this. This person really does feel like this is something that is fated. They feel like this is a soulmate connection. They do have deep feelings. This King of Cups is not taking any action. This King of Cups is not moving anywhere. This King of Cups is like almost sitting in his feelings, sitting in this energy. There's almost this energy of like, I deserve to be punished or something like that. Like, I deserve to feel the way that I do and to not be able to act on it. Like, this is what I deserve for either what I've done, the choice that I've made, the distance that I put between us. There's almost this sense of like, this is my punishment, or God, for some of you, there's an energy of I'm more comfortable like this. Like, I'm not comfortable having the feelings that I have and sitting face to face with the Queen of Wands. So I sit at this distance feeling the feelings that I feel, telling myself I'm going to come back around, telling myself I'm going to work this out, telling myself I'm going to find a way. Unable to think about much else here with that Six of Cups. I mean, the thing is, the fantasy is here, the desire is here, the feelings are here. Wow. That's a powerful change to make. Okay. Pisces, I find myself standing up while I'm reading your cards all the time. Like, I get so worked up. Man, oh man, Pisces, you have the Three of Swords doing a dance with the Nine of Pentacles. These are energies that are in flux, like the Six of Pentacles. This is someone who is trying to rebalance the scales, and they are doing it properly, thank God. This person is understanding the role that wounding has played in what has happened here, and they're taking a look at the wounding. They're understanding that they have to be someone who is rock solid on their own before they can come back to this connection. It's like, I know what I need to, I know what's wrong. I know what I need to do. That's an amazing first step, right? That's like, okay, now my mindful awareness is there. Now if I commit myself to this and I work really hard on it, I can change this. I can let go of the wounding, or I can heal the wounding, or I can come to a place of peace and acceptance with my wounding, and I can become whole. I can become a solid person to be in a connection with, not this person that's up here unpredictable, ungrounded, uncentered, like letting their mind go carried away with them and then reacting to it. And it is absolutely nothing. You know, it comes from the space of wounding, which is something, but the actual thing that it seems like caused this was kind of like nothing. Well, it stems from a space of that, fear. You have the Eight of Cups here. With that Seven of Cups, and now we have the Eight of Cups, there's an energy of someone, it's like they may have actually been surrounded by other people, or they may have kept a lot of people around them, maybe to make you jealous, maybe to triangulate. I did get the feeling when I was up there that for some of you, the person that you were dealing with thought that it made them more desirable. I think it did the opposite for a Pisces for sure, but like that's what they were telling themselves. If other people want me, then Pisces will stay wanting me. Something like that. But there's also just, it can also be, when we surround ourselves by people who are constantly telling us, why are you going to go do something stupid and fall in love? Like, that's dumb. Like, that never works out. And, da 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 da. Then, or people who play to your fear and illusion, and people who support your fear and illusion, and people who don't say, well, hey, let's actually really look at that. A good friend will say to you, well, you know what? Hey, let's really unpack that. Where's that coming from? Did they do something that made you do that? They'll ask you questions until you find your own answer. That's what a good friend does. And so it feels to me like this person is having to walk away from something, someone, some way of thinking, some way of being. They're having to make progress. And the progress involves leaving something behind completely. And in order to walk toward their wish fulfillment. And I feel like what they are having to leave behind completely is that energy of the Seven of Cups. And, it seems like, okay, if you're somebody and you're dealing with a bunch of toxic people, how hard is it really to make up your mind to walk away from it? They're freaking toxic. But you know what? If that's been your friend group since you were 5 years old, or even that's your fraternity or your sorority or your family or your ex or, someone that you have also developed some kind of history and past with, and it's all it's not just like, oh, casual, let me just leave toxicity behind. And I mean, some people here probably even have their living arrangements, their job arrangements, like whatever, wrapped up in some of this toxicity. So it's more than just, it feels like a heavy Eight of Cups. It feels like heavy lifting. Not just like, oh, you know what, I'm giving up. I'm changing my cable provider or something. You know what I'm saying? This is like, wow, I have to take a real hard look at this. And, I don't know there's always that feeling of like, I don't know if I can survive without this when you've been having it for so long, or I don't know what my life really looks like or really feels like without this, you know, especially if it's somebody's family. You know, that family estrangement is no joke. It is like the hardest thing in the world. That's why if you know people who are estranged from their family, it's not like, oh, you know, you should honor your mother. It's like, damn, you must have been through hell to come to that conclusion, to come to that place. Because nobody wants to be estranged from their family. Nobody wants to be an orphan in this world. People got to critically think, you know, it's like, whew. So we have this Eight of Cups being clarified by the Three of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords and the Chariot. So this is very clear. This person is getting clarity about the people that they are collaborating with, the people that they're sharing a vision with, the people that they're talking to, the people in their environment. They're getting a lot of clarity, and it's coming to a place of discernment where this person is actually able to look at it and say, okay, do I want this in my life? Does this support the life that I want? Does this support me moving to the Nine of Cups? Do these people, you know, want me to be happy? And we're having to see things clearly, and we're having to get a little tough with things. With the Queen of Swords, you know, this can be an ultimatum. This can be cutting people off. This can be a lot of different things. But it's like this person is making some hard decisions, and they're looking at things that are hard to look at. And they're dealing with things that take a lot of maturity and take, you know, the experience of having been through the sword cycle and knowing that they don't want to choose their own suffering again. So their decisions have to be based on, you know, truth. They have to be based on clarity. They have to be based on, you know, facts. And, you know, this person, though, once they free themselves from whatever the situation is, from whatever is kind of holding them back from being happy in their environment, they have a chance at success. Yeah. Yep. See, it's a hard choice. I can tell you it's a hard choice because the Knight of Pentacles is my card for sometimes we have to make really hard choices in life. And what is actually required is just putting one foot in front of the other, not thinking about it too much, not worrying about it too much, but just saying, okay, I've made up my mind. I've made my decision. I'm seeing something clearly. And even though this may be a decision that's hard for me and something that I don't like and I don't want, what I know is that it's truly in my best interest. And so I just have to kind of keep putting one foot in front of the other and get going where in the direction that is solid and stable, in the direction of my success and my victory. But you can see that this person really wonders if they're doing the right thing the whole time. But I think this person also knows that these people have put confusion in their head, have kind of help their thoughts defeat them. You see how he's holding these three swords here, and we're talking about an energy changing of the three swords. And Pisces, it's like you may be living your life in a way to where this person is seeing that you have a sense of inner peace within you, and or you may be getting there, and that you don't feel the need to carry on connections with people just because they've been your friend since you were 5, or just because maybe it's your mother, or just because it's your cousin, or just because if they are not supportive of you reaching your dreams or your happiness, it's like you allow your intuition to guide you, and you allow your intuition to keep you in a space of internal peace. You have that capacity. If you're not feeling that way, this energy is showing you the way to it. So there are some really important choices being made here with the Lover's card on the bottom of the deck, and it's important choices about choosing healing, choosing health and well-being, choosing the energy that this person has to get themselves to in order to really show up for this relationship. For some of you, I feel like this person may walk away from this and then show up and not quite be here yet. You know, I just get the sense for some of you, there's a little like, a moment of kind of like, we're almost there, but we're not quite, you know? Wow, yeah. See, this person is definitely walking away from the drama and the conflict. There we have confirmation. The Knight of Pentacles. Holy heck. The Knight of Pentacles and the Five of Wands. And then we have the Ace of Swords and the Star card. And there it is. This person, whatever this is, the conflict, the drama, this could even be like an internal blockage around their heart chakra. With the Knight of Pentacles here, again, this is that energy of just putting one foot in front of the other. It's like Rome wasn't built in a day. I'm not going to heal in one day. I'm not going to solve all the problems in my life in one day. I'm going to take really measured, solid, and stable steps in the right direction. And eventually that energy is going to add up. This person is investing. It is taking time. Wow, look at that. You have the Seven of Pentacles to the Eight of Pentacles to the Hierophant on the bottom of the deck to the King of Pentacles. Holy heck. There's a lot of potential here. There's a lot of potential here. What I feel like we don't want to do is like jump the gun. You know what I mean? What we don't want to do is be like, oh my God, this is the moment I've been waiting for. Like, yes, you know, with the Star card and the Ace of Swords. This is also a very air energy with the Ace of Swords and the Star card. And we can get really carried away like, oh my God, all my dreams are coming true. Like, here it is, success and victory at long last. This person is saying everything that I want to hear. Holy crap, this is my wish coming true. We see that this person is capable of actually putting work and effort in and investing. And we see that, you know, it has the potential to lead somewhere very solid and very stable, considering especially where we started with that Seven of Cups, like all over the place energy. You know, we're definitely moving much more toward a grounded, centered, stable investment, putting the work in, mastering ourselves so that we can come to the connection and be that impenetrable force. It's us against the world, not me against you. It's me and you together, impenetrable with the world out there. And as long as you have that, man, you got everything. I really do believe it. That's why I do these readings. I'm not even kidding. Because, man, if the whole world had that, boy, it would be a totally different place. Let me clarify the Star card and the Ace of Swords. This person is obviously coming forward to communicate. They're thinking about it. I think they're planning it and strategizing it. We've seen the Six of Cups a number of times. We've seen the Three of Wands. Yes, okay, here's the story, guys. So this person, they feel a deep sense of nostalgia, and with the Six of Cups and the Ace of Swords and the Star card, it's almost like they want to return to the time where the relationship was untainted, where it was still innocent, where it was still perfect, where it was still, yeah, like unbridled wish fulfillment. It's almost like this person with that Nine of Swords, it's that energy that we saw with the Death card and the Six of Pentacles in transition. It's like, I know I've done something here to mess this up, or I know that I've done something to mar this connection, or to, you know, put a dent in it for sure. And it's ironic, right, that it all comes from the same place. The dent came from this person's fear, and now, you know, this person wanting to come back and make it all whole and make it all right and make it all back to what it was before, is being sort of monopolized by fear again. So we're seeing that this is someone who is working on things, they're healing things, they're ready to talk, possibly, but this person is still having this fear mentality. And that fear mentality is what kind of jacked the whole thing up to begin with, right? So we want to really look at that. Yeah, see, the fear mentality, when it takes over, it makes this person very cold. It makes this person sort of unreachable. It makes this person sort of close off and really just be like, this is what's logical, this is what's analytical, this is the right thing to do. There's no wiggle room. It's all black and white. It falls inside the border or it falls outside the border. And there's no changing this person's mind. There's no communicating through this. This person is the final say. So we don't want this to come around again, right? So there is something here. Yeah. Okay. We're going to have to get advice from Spirit here. On this. Let me just ask Spirit. What advice do you have for Pisces when this person comes back? What advice do you have for Pisces for this situation? Okay. 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 Boy, this is clear. Okay. So you have the Ten of Pentacles, the Two of Wands in reverse, the Hermit in reverse with the Three of Cups in reverse. Gosh darn, there's that King of Cups. And then you have the Hermit and the Three of Cups in reverse, and the Lovers and the Nine of Pentacles upright. You know, Pisces, this energy is one where, in order for there to be a true partnership, both people really do have to show up. And show up in a solid and stable energy. And they have to be people who have worked on themselves, have invested in themselves. We have the Seven of Pentacles, remember, and then the Eight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck here. Now we have this Nine of Pentacles, and now here's the Ten of Pentacles. So this is something where progress is being made. And for a lot of you, this may be very slow progress. With the Nine of Pentacles, there's actually a snail right here on the card. And that snail represents how long it takes to actually get into this energy. It's a process, you know, it's something we make the investment day after day in ourselves. We make healthy choices for ourselves. We choose ourselves. We work on ourselves. If something comes up, we look at it. We don't run from it. We don't hide from it. If somebody walks out, we don't cling to them. We don't try to force it. We let them go. We trust that what is meant for us will always come back to us, will always be for us, and it will return. It's that old story, if you love something, set it free. And it feels like that is your advice from Spirit here, is that, you know, if you have done the work and you have invested in yourself and you have mastered yourself and your own sense of autonomy, or like, I'm okay on my own, I don't need anything, I know that I want this. I want this because this feels really good. This feels really amazing. And the only way that I have ever found this, or the only time I've ever experienced this, is with this person. But still, I don't need this person. All I need is myself. And I'm always going to choose me. You know what I mean? I'm not going to choose the other over myself. That creates the imbalance all over again. That is the advice, is, you know, worry about yourself, show up in the best energy possible, and let this person worry about themselves and let them come to the table in their way as well. Trust the feelings that you have, you know, trust the feelings that this person has. Trust that, you know, if this person is taking this time apart in the right way, and they are focused on getting back together with you, they will find a way to overcome that fear entirely and show up for you in the same energy that you're in the way that you deserve them to. This person has to also choose the same thing that you're choosing. And they have to really see it for themselves and see it working out for themselves. It's nothing that you can do. It's nothing that you can say. It's nothing that, you know, you haven't done that you should have done, or you haven't said that you should have said. It's nothing like that. This is this person and this person entirely. You have to want something so bad that you will overcome the fear, that you will let go of your limiting beliefs, that you will stop protecting yourself, and that you will open up to the connection entirely. That you're not keeping this energy within you as a fall safe of like, okay, well, if the stuff doesn't work out with Pisces, I'm just going to run back to this energy and I'm just going to act like that again. No, this person has to be completely out of that energy. That can't be an option, because if it's an option, the life is triggering. There will come a day when that trigger comes. You know what I mean? You've got to see that this person has developed a different way of dealing with their mental body. than they have dealt with it in the past. Because in the past, their overactive mental body has brought about a very harsh ending, and it caused your suffering. And that's how I feel from this cards. And this may not resonate for everyone, and it may not be your story, and that's okay too. But there's this sense of, if you do the work, Pisces, you deserve someone that also did the work. You deserve the Ten of Pentacles, you know, and you deserve a partner who is going to become an impenetrable force with you, to be that Ten of Pentacles and to have that Ten of Pentacles. And it is possible, and it does happen. I am here to tell you. And it is wonderful, and it is worth having. And yeah, you are going to have to take risks, but there are calculated risks, and there are risks that are, you know, wishful, you know, like, well, they came back and they're talking, so I'm just going to go for it. And I'll hope that it's all going to work itself out, and I'll hope that I don't get hurt again. But you know, every time you come together with someone who's not ready, and you get hurt, and the hurt goes on like that, you're actually, you know, hurting the connection itself. You're actually hurting what exists between you. And you don't want to take someone back or reach out to someone because in that moment you're feeling lonely, or in that moment you're feeling like, well, it'll just make me feel better, or at least then I'll know. Because you want, if you want the connection to work out, then you want this person to heal. You want this person to find it within themselves to picture the same thing that you picture. You want them to know for sure, because of the time they've spent on their own, that they also don't ever want to be without this connection. And that you want them to get in touch with their feelings and become emotionally able to regulate for themselves. You want them to work through this mindset, you know? I mean, the one thing that we have control over in this world is our own thoughts. And this person has done, well, from what I can see in the past, absolutely nothing to really work on that aspect of themselves. We all can get carried away with our thoughts. We all can and have probably gone down some pretty steep paths with our thinking, just with our thoughts alone. But we have the capacity to separate ourselves from our thoughts and become the mindful awareness of our thoughts, and sort of navigate our thoughts in a way that steers them towards what we want instead of what we don't want. And until we learn how to master that with ourselves, it's very hard for us to show up reliably for other people. So if you're struggling with that, then you may want to work on that too, so you can show up for this person, so that your thoughts aren't going wildly, you know, especially if you were dealing with someone who kept all their options open and you were constantly feeling like an option, you know, then going into a connection, you may bring that type of energy. You don't want that. If those thoughts, if you can't move away from those thoughts and you can't release those thoughts and let those thoughts go, or you don't think you should because of how much the past has hurt you, then that's something in and of itself that is a sensitivity that's telling you something, right? So we have to pay attention to what our truth is and what we're being told, and our only responsibility is to ourselves and is to the way showing up in the best energy that we can possibly show up on, and not opening ourselves up to people who are not matching us and are not meeting us, even if we want them real bad. We can say, you know what, I want you real bad, you know, but like, I want you real bad in an energy where your thoughts don't own you. If, you know, I'll just say my person for learning how to navigate your thinking mind is Michael Singer. He wrote a New York Times bestselling book called The Untethered Soul. He's written like 3 books. You can find that book for free as an audiobook on YouTube. If you're struggling with your thoughts, if you are dealing with someone who struggles with their thoughts, if you, I mean, we all struggle with our mentality, and we all struggle with being the awareness of our thoughts. But it is probably the single most helpful thing that you can learn, tool that you can learn. I think, anyway, that's my experience. So Michael Singer in The Untethered Soul, that I'll just offer you that if you're interested in it. And guys, let's get some messages here for you. I'm actually going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to use 2 decks. I don't know why, but I just feel like it. All right. If you're dealing with a water sign, you're getting, I wonder if you're happy without me. I'm afraid to contact you. And I'm afraid. This person is so freaking fear-based. They can't even really have a card of messages without saying, I'm afraid. I'm afraid that it's too late to turn around and make it right. You are always in my dreams. My pride and ego led us astray. Yeah, sure did with all that fear. All right, if you're dealing with a fire sign, holy moly. You have just being near you is intoxicating. I want to tell you how I feel. I hide behind material things. I lost myself for a little while. Sometimes I stay awake thinking about you, and nobody is like you. You are exceptional. You are special. I hope you will find forgiveness in your heart for me. And I spend a lot of time thinking about you, wishing things were different. If you're dealing with an earth sign, I wish things could be different. Wow. I will wait for a sign from you. You were the best thing in my life. I look at your pictures for hours on end. You are still so beautiful to me. Shame on you. Shame on me. I put others before you soon after I realized they were of no value to me. I'm feeling emotionally void without you. I am lost in this world without you. It gets lonely. And if you're dealing with an air sign, it's time for me to heal now. I bury myself in work to forget you. I love you. I made so many bad mistakes. I hope we can have a do-over. The important thing, I think, too, is to remember these mistakes came from a place of having deep feelings and feeling vulnerable and triggered. They didn't come from a place of like, I'm trying to hurt you, or I hate you, or I want revenge. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel that at all here. I feel like, holy crap, I have feelings and I don't know how to handle it. I mean, and okay, I listened to the wrong people and they were wrong about you. I kept the wrong company around who interfered with this beautiful connection. Yeah, we definitely saw that come up a few times in this reading. Pisces, man, what a reading. I don't know. I feel like we're in the trenches right here, right now. I feel almost like we're sort of fighting. It's like a power balance thing. And it's like, yeah, let's just pull it to this direction. How about that? All right, you guys, I really hope this reading helped. I hope it resonated. I truly do. I hope it brought you some peace and some clarity. If it did, let me know. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I do love to hear from you. And until next time, Pisces, gosh, as always, I send you off with all my very best. All right, until next time, guys. Bye-bye.